Hello everyone, Green Gemini here, and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included Prehistoric Planet Pack, where we are doing some digging. We've got our dupes that have done some digging down this way to get us over to here. We've dug up a bit to get us up to here, just to give us a little bit of a better path to our blast shot maker that's up here, or blast shot, you know, we're getting to the point where we've got 108 cycles left. We need the meteor blaster, that's what it's called, in order to blast this meteor out of space. If I go to the star map, oh, there it is. 108.7 cycles, so we've got to get a move on. A couple things that we're going to need to do for that is we need plastic. Okay, let me pop into this blueprint here real quick. Ooh, let's do that. Ooh, meep. I've got 115,000 kcals. Irritable bowel. Hang on, we're going to get back to him. Let me pause this real fast. My mind is kind of all over the place right now. We did a little dig out here. We've got a lot of chlorine gas that is in this base, and we're going to have to start pumping this out and start filtering this out. I went ahead and put an additional, where is it? Oxygen diffuser over here because we were really having issues with oxygen in the base. Unfortunately, I didn't record a lot of the in-betweens this time because life has been lifing and I've been very, very busy. Also trying to do another YouTube channel as well when it comes to the candles and crafts and stuff like that. So I'll link it down below. Check out the new channel, Ryan's Candles and Crafts. We've got that going on as well. Trying to find the balance between the two channels and everything. And life, like I said, life has been lifing, and that's been the main issue as to why I haven't been able to get some content out lately. But anyway, I'm not going to bore you with that. What we're going to talk about today, and this is really a lot of feedback that I got when it came to the oxygen mask tutorial that I did. And a lot of people were not happy that I used the cheats and everything, and they wanted to see it done practically. So that's what we're going to do here today. We are going to go through and look at real world scenario in Oxygen Not Included on how to do the oxygen masks that we have available to us. So when I need to look at stations, there we go. The first thing that I'm going to need is a crafting station. So the crafting station we'll go ahead and put down here. Oh, hold on a second. When it comes to the oxygen mask, I think I only need... Yeah, I think I only need the metal for it. And also... Hold on. Do I not have this research yet? I mean, no, I don't. That would be the first thing that I would need, is that. So we'll have to get that done first. And then once that's done, we'll come back and then we'll start in on the creation of all the things and the placing of the things, because I already have ideas of where this is going to go. All right, they got that done real quick. So what we want to do when it comes to, we're going to pause the game here so that, you know, we don't waste any more time. When it comes to these stations, so we have the crafting station that was built first. And so that crafting station, all this can be found under stations. Crafting station will allow duplicants to do the metal power bank, uranium ore power bank, oxygen mask, and a worn oxygen mask. So the worn oxygen mask, we're going to go ahead and... Why can I not put that? Huh. So I can't even put that on forever until one pops up. Interesting. Okay. So we'll do an oxygen mask. That's 50 kilograms of nickel ore, and that's all you need. So this actually makes it really, really beneficial. Now, the thing with the oxygen mask, though, is that the dupes still exhale. So you don't want to use this in a place where it is airtight. Okay, so like you have this area here, say it's a vacuum, you want them to go in there. Don't use it with an oxygen mask because they will exhale. They will excrete carbon dioxide that goes in there, so don't use it for that. You've got to use an Atmos suit if you want to go into and keep a vacuum area vacuumed out. With that being said, the oxygen mask checkpoints work just like the Atmos suit checkpoints do as well. So we're going to put an oxygen mask checkpoint Now, if we look to see, we can see how it's the white area. That's what's actually going to be built. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here. It's pointing to the right. So the clearance is going to be to the right. Anything to, I'm sorry, clearance is to the left. To the right of it, they will put an oxygen mask on. When they go to the left of it, the oxygen mask will be put back into the open container that it's in. Now, what we do have is we also have these areas open over here for them to go over and down. So I'm going to go ahead and put a block right here. That will stop the dupes from bypassing our oxygen mask area and going down. Because what we want to make sure of is we want to make sure that our duplicants are only passing through the area where they have access to the oxygen mask. Otherwise, it's going to cause a lot of issues, because that means that the dupes that have the oxygen mask on, if they come up and go this way, they're not going to be able to drop their mask back off. And again, it just causes a lot of issues in cleanup. So you want to make sure that there's only one point of entry and exit when it comes to your station for the oxygen masks. So let's go ahead and put our checkpoint up here. And then typically I do 4 checkpoints in the beginning, because I only have 5 dupes, so why have all... I mean, I could have all 5 of them down there if I wanted to. Like, you could do that. It's up to you on what you want to do. But we're going to do a real simple setup. We'll do just the 4. You know what? Let's do 5. Let's just go ahead and do 5. That way we can have all of them go down there if we absolutely have to. Okay, so that makes that pretty simple. Now, each of these docks have to have a mask to it. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go to our crafting station. Click on our oxygen mask, and we're going to say, okay, we want 5. So now that we've selected our 5 that we want, one of the dupes will go over and start doing that. The other dupe will go over here and go ahead and start building this. While they're building this, the next thing that we want to do, there's 2 things. We need to be able to get oxygen into here, and then we also are going to need to probably filter out that oxygen to make sure that we don't get any other gases that go into this. If you end up having other gases that go into this, it's not going to be terrible, but it's also going to damage the units themselves, and you don't want that to happen. Okay? Now, we can have the oxygen going in 2 different ways. If you have the pipe go straight through like this, what it will do is it will start to fill up this one here. Once it's done filling that one up, then it will go to this one. Once that one's done, then to this one, and so on and so forth. This is typically the way I like to do it. The other way to do it is to have it go underneath and then go into each and every single one of these. So, pausing this. So we can go like this and then have it connect up this way instead. Right, so I'll disconnect all of those. So you still have to make sure that the pipe is attached to the intake when it comes to the receptacle here. The bad thing about this, in my opinion, is that it doesn't distribute the oxygen evenly. Like, it goes to this one, then to this one, then to this one, then to that one, or something like that. I don't remember exactly how the mechanics work with it. I don't like this setup. Again, that's just me. I don't like doing it that way, so we're going to cancel that. We're going to take this, and we're going to do that with it. Now, I also don't like my pipes being out in the open, so I'm going to go ahead and put them down here with this, and then I'm going to hide them behind the ladder. That was a mistake. Then I'm going to take it all the way up to probably about here-ish. Yeah, I think there's going to be... Yes. Yes, that's going to work. So I'm going to put my gas pump right above the oxygen diffuser, because that's literally like where all the oxygen is coming out. So we're going to put that there. Now, could you go ahead and just take this and go to that? Yeah, you could. So when you're looking at your pumps and everything, and look at your outflow of what it's talking through over here. So your green is your output, your white is your building intake, and then you also have orange as a filter output, okay? So very simple, green to white, green to white. Okay, input, output. Green is output, white is input. Okay, here's the thing though. I don't want to risk any gas actually going to the oxygen mass receptacles incorrectly. Like, I don't want it to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this filter down here. And then I'm actually going to take my gas pipe. So I'm going to go out and in to the filter. I'm actually going to cancel that, because we don't need that. Now, I want to filter out a specific gas here, and then whatever I'm not filtering out, I'm just going to put an output right here, and then we're going to vent it out. Okay? So this will take in whatever gases are around it, puts it into the filter. We need to wait for the filter to get built. Once the filter's built, we'll go through and get that taken care of. We need power to get hooked up to these. Now, right now, we aren't really using any other power. I could set up a separate one. But you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Since we're not using this power up here for the research and everything, and we're just kind of stagnant right now, I'm going to go ahead and hook this up, oops, to that. So we've got 240 watts here, 120 watts there. Technically, we have 605 watts. The load itself will be over 1,000, but as long as we're not running both of these at the same time, we should be fine. That's the kicker part of it. Now, the other thing that I could do is I could take another one of these transformers and put it over here and then hook that up to it, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to do this pretty simple setup. Now that the gas filter is up and running, we are going to filter out breathable gas. So oxygen is what is going to be filtered out. So this actually walks you through the output for here is going to be your filtered gas output of oxygen. So oxygen itself will go through that gas pipe. So now that it's built and everything, we can see input to here, output the filtration, and then it will output the bad gases that get sucked into it. Which, of course, they still have to go through and build all of this and everything. So we're going to deconstruct that. So while they're building that, let's walk through. Okay, we have all of this now built. We have our oxygen masks that are all now built. So now we need to go through and we need to deliver the suit. So we're going to click on deliver suit, which of course I always do it at a 9 because that's the way I like it to be. And I wish there was an easier way to do this, but here we go. All right. So now we've got the oxygen mask connected to the dock. Well, it's saying that it doesn't have any O2. Well, that's correct. There is no O2 to it because we're still trying to get that hooked up. And we still have a little bit of wire there. Okay. So here's the other thing that will happen. So now we can see this stopped in here because there's no actual connection yet. So since this isn't fully connected, it's not going to move. Now that that is connected, we can see how the pump is grabbing the oxygen, grabbing the gases, putting it into the filter. You can see that little black dot right there that happened. That was that carbon dioxide. So that carbon dioxide got filtered out over here and just got expelled out. Thankfully, carbon dioxide's heavier, so it's just going to drop down. So now we see what I was talking about before, at how the oxygen is coming in and it is filling up this very first pump. Once this is done, it will then move to the next one and to the next one and so on. Now that there is oxygen in this mask and available, now the dupes can actually go and pass the checkpoint. They'll put the mask on and then they will come down and do all the work that we need them to do. So if I come in here, because we need to get to this leaky oil fissure. Okay, that's the main reason for this, and we need them to be able to get down there and stay down there longer Because if they just drop down here right now, they're only going to get like maybe a little bit done, and then they're going to have to run back up for oxygen. They're going to have to run back up pretty far. So we can see how Stinky came through and he grabbed the oxygen mask that is right here. And we can see how this one is now 100% full. It jumped over to this one. This one is now full. It jumped over to this one. But then what happened, I didn't know if you saw this or not, but since part of this got used and it had to refill the oxygen mask, it stopped filling this one and went to this one, filled it up real quick, and then came back over to this one. Kind of how the mechanics of that work. Questions, comments, concerns, put it in the comment section down below. If I'm going too fast, rewind, play again. But what we want to focus on now is getting in here and getting to this leaky oil fissure. I really, really want to see, actually, instead of going that way and through all of that hard rock, why don't we go up through the softer rock, like this? That makes a little bit more sense. The other thing that we can do, too, is we can probably put a fire pole coming down so he moves through a little bit faster. And he's going to, ooh, he is very, very warm. And that's the other thing. The oxygen mask will not protect against heat or cold. Only the Atmos suit will do that. But we can see how much longer Stinky is staying down here because of this. What I want to be careful of is I don't necessarily want to break this open because I do not want to have to clean this up. Come on. What if can I do that without causing any issues? Okay, there we go. I wanted to get over to the leaky oil fissure part of it. We're going to analyze it. Because what I want to see with this, and unfortunately I can't move this over in the middle of the screen, but this is going to be releasing 302 grams per second at 620 degrees. The eruption period is 600 seconds every 600 seconds. So this thing does not stop. It does not go dormant. It goes for 600 seconds, rests for 600 seconds. So it keeps going. So what we want to be sure of is we have the ability to go ahead and capture that. We'll be able to capture the heat from the leaky oil fissure, turn that into steam. What I do want to look at real quick is with our base, we have metal tiles available, which is going to be good because those will be able to transfer the heat really well. Nickel has high thermal conductivity, which is fantastic. What we need to do, though, is we need to figure out how we're going to tame this. That's what I need to see. And this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, and we may need to just go through and dig this place out. I may need to, let's get into here. I want to get a ladder. Let's have a ladder go this way. I want to take sedimentary rock. Yeah. Basically, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to kind of encapsulate this a little bit, like kind of, you know, enclose it to where it's not going to... Oh, it's currently dormant. That's good. I want to get it to where, like, like if it overflows like it has now, it won't continue to go, and then I can get the rest of this salt water to drop down here. If I'm looking at this correctly, this is very cold, so we should be able to go ahead and dig some of this out too. And then that'll give us a good base to be able to start getting into taming this leaky oil fissure. So that's going to be the challenge in the next episode. So I'd like to go ahead and have that go. Well, no, we don't necessarily have to do that. Freya is going to get stuck if they do not do the right thing here. Because right now she can currently get out going that way. But if he closes that off, that's not going to happen. Which he just did. Thanks, Abe. Appreciate that. But we need to get this done. Hello. Guys. Guys, she's going to suffocate. Seriously? She's going to suffocate. I'm going to wait for Stinky to come down. There you go. Oh, she was going to suffocate. It was going to happen. Okay, now she's irritated with her eyes and everything. And that's the other thing, too. Like, all of the elements are going to bother these guys. So you got to keep that in mind when we're working through these kinds of things. But I'm happy that she's going to go ahead and get that taken care of. So we'll be able to know when that erupts and everything else. Now that that is getting enclosed. Let's kind of wait and see. Let me see how I want to dig this out. All right, so we are working on digging out. We've gone through, I kind of created like a baseline like right here, and then went up 4, and then up another 4. Actually, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. Which looks like Abe got trapped here. Problem. Right now, big problem. Give me this. Abe is currently trapped. Let's create a little bit of a stair step here for him to get out. And we're going to prioritize 9 on these. Get that done now. And that way he can get out of there. He is currently out of oxygen. We need to rescue Abe. Come on, Abe. Let's go. Make it. Make it, Abe. You can do it. Come on, buddy. Well, okay, so we found a pocket of oxygen in here, so that's good at least. So now he can go ahead and go up, get his oxygen mask turned in. So this is the one thing we've got to watch out for when these guys are digging themselves out around here, is making sure that they are doing things correctly. And that they're not getting stuck, which of course that's actually my fault because I did not plan that out properly. I think I kind of went based off of this. So when you're looking at digging something out, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that they can go up, and then 3 that they can come down from the ladder. So I don't know exactly how I got to that number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It really should have been right here, but the way I lined it up, it actually worked out well for this to line up with the leaky oil fissure. But in between here, we've got 1, 2, 3 down, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 up from this side. So if I were to have with the ladder spaced, I could just go in here and have this dug out without any issues because they can dig down from the top down and they can go from the bottom up. But that is all we are going to do today. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting this dug out in between this episode and the next. And then in the next episode, we'll have all of this nice and cleaned out. We will have the ability to get to our leaky oil fissure, and we will start working on taming that so we can get our plastic, our research done for that. We've got so much that we need to do, and we have 102 cycles to do it in. I have a big fear that we're not going to make it, but we're going to try. We are absolutely going to try. So, questions, comments, concerns, put it in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. That helps out the channel. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, hopefully I can do better. Tell me in the comments down below, what can I do better for you? What do you want to see? That is all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.